So the question I am answering for the discussion is, in my opinion, what is the most critical issues that need to be resolved in our cities to make them more sustainable and better prepared to face upcoming challenges? Um, I believe that cities should really prepare their citizens to be more aware of their surroundings and to educate them on what can possibly be problematic within their neighborhood. I think a lot of times many people don't really know what's happening in their area and they don't know exactly what to look for in terms of what's affecting their health or what sort of issues they're having with the infrastructure. Um, for example, here in the city of Chicago, um, there was an educational facility that was sponsored by the city that helps uh, local neighborhoods learn more about how to be more sustainable and how to decrease water usage. And there were several programs that were partnered by big companies that help communities lower their water bills because some of the faucets were actually the older faucets were having a lot of extra water um, flowing down. So what would happen is there was I think it was ComEd who would come into the homes to reinstall a low flow kind of like a water um, that thing that goes underneath the sink. Um, it was an adaptation to piece that would help the water flow a lot slower versus a lot faster, which help regulate the water. And also, there was also a big initiative to help create electronic reading uh, for the homes to read the gas and the electricity wirelessly without having to go into people's property. So I think a lot of it has to do with acknowledging that people have private spaces and how we can help them uh, educate them in a way where they know what sort of habits or things they are potentially damaging the environment. Um, and a lot of these programs, like for example, the low flow uh, faucet adapter is actually free. And people were sent emails and they were told that this was going to happen. And so this is very beneficial for anyone having issues. Um, there's also another program recently of pollution within the water system in the city from old piping, and um, they a lot of families were signed up for the program were issued um, these water filter pitchers with filter cartridges that came with it at no cost. And I feel that when people aren't aware that there's something wrong with their water system, that affects their health. That can be very it can impact the community in a different way. And being able to inform the public, being transparent, having more communication about what's affecting their health and their day-to-day activities is really crucial for the survival. And and people having that education background, they can better make judgment calls on how to improve their neighborhood with along with the people around them. For example, like potholes or how to network with other organizations and help come to a mutual solution instead of having to rely on the government for many of the things that they often have believe they have a say in how communities should run, when it's really the community having to run their own environments. So that's another thing, is having this networking with companies, small businesses, and the local government as well, and understanding what the problems is and being educated about them. And I think that's the best way for cities to be more sustainable.